This is probably going to become my favorite My Hero chapter in a very long time. Hello and welcome to Underwise. My name is Soham and today we are going to talk about My Hero Academia chapter 283. Full spoiler summary ahead. Now if you're new here then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly My Hero Academia content. Now that being said, let's begin the video. Now as usual, the summary, translations and scans are all courtesy of Atsushi X101. Give him a follow on Twitter, he's a great guy. And I've also given a link to his tweets in the description and comments as well. Definitely go there and read the entire summary on your own, because I will not be going through each and every line of the summary. I'll just give my interpretations and thoughts on the things that have been revealed so far. So this chapter was absolutely phenomenal and I really don't have enough words to describe how amazing this was. I mean, there's just so much happening here that I can't even take a break about it. Like, we get to see the destruction left behind by Gigantomachia and the absolute horror of the students who were not able to control him. We get to see Hawks, we get to see Miruko, we even get to see the doctor talking about Gigantomachia and all the other Nomus. We get to see Present Mic, we get to see an almost unconscious Aizawa, we get a last peek at Gran Torino who is barely alive, and we even get to see Bakugo, a dejected Bakugo just sitting there because he's just horrified at the events that are proceeding in front of him. This was something which I was not at all expecting. But let's go over all of them one by one. We begin with Gigantomachia, or rather we begin with the students who are sitting in horror as they see the destruction left behind by Gigantomachia. Not gonna lie, and this is kind of a spoiler for Attack on Titan, but this is quite similar to the Rumbling event. I mean, it's not up to that scale of destruction, but it certainly reminds me of Attack on Titan, especially how the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titans are attacking and destroying the cities. So this is very much similar to that. There is unprecedented amount of destruction and the students are just watching all of this in horror. And they're even contemplating their decisions. This is a very, emotional chapter, to be honest, because the heroes have a contemplation point as to whether what they did was actually right or wrong. What is the moral standpoint? And all of this just takes me back to the Hero Killer Stain saga, because the words of Hero Killer Stain was simply, getting goosebumps, getting everyone goosebumps. And now it's coming back to all of that. Like, who are the actual heroes? Because even the doctor refers to something like this in the later half of the chapter. But for now we get to see Tokoyami, who is emerging from all the rubble left behind by Gigantomachia, and he's holding on to Hawks, who is heavily bandaged and all. And there is once again that moral standoff question, because there is a prompt to the reader to consider if Hawks' prior action, that is murdering twice, were actually morally correct or not. Either way, we get back to the doctor who is talking to Present Mic. I mean, he's just ranting. He's not talking to Present Mic, but he's ranting about the purpose of Gigantomachia and how basically the Nomus are made in his particular image. Because according to the doctor, Shigaraki is the king and every king needs soldiers. Dependable soldiers. Soldiers that can die for the king. So that is the entire objective of Gigantomachia and even the Nomus by extension. This obviously enrages Present Mic because again it all takes back to his childhood friend who got turned into Nomu as Kurogiri, and there's a lot of callbacks to the previous chapters and events that have happened in the story. So this was really nice, and this is not just one instance of something like this happening in this particular chapter. There's a lot of references and callbacks to prior incidents. But moving on, we finally head to the main battlefield with Shigaraki. And before that, we get to see a very nice bit of interaction. I mean, this pleased me a lot. There was a small father-son interaction between Shoto and Endeavor. Shoto telling his father that he is sorry that he is late, but now that he is here, this was really awesome in my opinion. And he even tells Endeavor to cool off a bit because he of all people knows that Endeavor is at his limits. So that's why Shoto says that he is here and he'll try his best. Now here I won't go into much details about the things because there's a lot of stuff that happens here. From Shigaraki randomly getting a cut in his body because of all the drawbacks of the 75% completion to Miruko appearing from Shigaraki's capsule. There's just a lot of stuff happening here and it would be genuinely better if I go through them once I read the actual story. But for now, we just know that Miruko is alive and she just kicks out of Shigaraki's capsule, which says that he's 75% complete only. That is the drawback of his current body and his current strength, which is why he's just bleeding from his stomach. Another very noteworthy moment in my opinion was Bakugo. We see Bakugo unharmed, sitting alone on the ground near the rubble. He looks shocked as he observes Deku blasting off straight towards Shigaraki, and he really yells aloud, "I don't think it's going to work." I mean, can you guys imagine? This is Bakugo we are talking about. Bakugo is dejected. He says that this move will not work and he actually worries about Deku. So I'm not gonna listen to something shit like Bakugo doesn't care about Deku or something like that. It has been stated previously that Bakugo actually cares about Deku enough. But here we see an absolutely dejected Bakugo outright telling that this is not going to work. This in my books was a really huge thing. Moreover, Deku also has a contemplating point because he knows that he can't use One for All 100% to its fullest extent, and he knows that he has to push his body harder in order to save everyone. Like that drive to save everyone, that is the only thing which is pushing Deku right now. And then we get the final resolution of the chapter. Shigaraki unleashes a wave of decay. A huge wave of decay, and it says that whoever touches it, it's over for him. And Deku in that instant, like my boy Deku, my good boy Deku. Deku is on a run here. He literally catches and grabs everyone, literally everyone on the battlefield with his black whip, and he says to himself, "One for all, the 7th user," while Rocklock remarks aloud, "Floating." Yes, our boy Deku has unlocked floating. Nana Shimura's quirk Float has finally been unlocked by Deku. This was simply phenomenal, and it's just so poetic. Deku facing off against Shigaraki using the quirk of his grandmother. This was simply amazing in my books. We also see a perspective of a very injured Gran Torino, who is barely clinging on to life as he remembers his time flying alongside Nana. This gives a smile to Gran Torino because it reminds him of Nana Shimura and the time they had previously. And lastly, Deku is internally announcing that he's using the quirk Float. Deku says aloud to Shigaraki, "In the air, I'll stop you. I'll do everything I can." And that's the end of the chapter. I mean, yeah, every chapter is going to be amazing. This entire arc is amazing. But this chapter was simply jam-packed with stuff. We got so many different perspectives, from Hawks to Miruko to Gigantomachia to Deku and everything. This was simply fabulous in my opinion. And Deku's overall growth, man, this has been amazing. He has finally achieved Nana Shimura's quirk. All Might would be really proud. Nana Shimura would be really proud. Sun Aitai would be really proud. Everyone is really proud of him right now. So that's the end of the chapter, and next week we have a break of My Hero Academia, a much deserved break for Horikoshi in my opinion, and he will come back stronger the week after that. So that's it for today guys, thank you so much for watching. What are your thoughts about this chapter? Please mention them in the comment section below, and definitely don't forget to go and check out AtsushiX101 on Twitter. I am leaving a link behind in the description as well as in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. This is Wonder YZ and I'll see you soon in the next video.